A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Bust. Measure around the whole body and the fullest part of the bust. This is usually across the nipples. Make sure your arms are relaxed. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Crotch. From the top of your trouser waistband at the front, measure through your legs to the top of the waistband at the back. Allow as much space as is comfortable. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Cuff. With your hand in a light fist, measure all the way around the hand, halfway between the knuckles and the wrist. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Elbow. With the arm bent to 90 degrees, measure all the way around the elbow, making sure to include the elbow joint. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Nipple to nipple. Measure the distance between your nipples across the bust. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Hips. Measure around the hips at the fullest point. Make sure you have nothing in your pockets. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Inside leg. Wearing the kind of shoes you'll be wearing with the trouser suit, measure from the lowest point of your crotch to where the trousers will finish. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Knee. Measure around your knee at the widest point. This should go across the kneecap. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Lower bust. Measure around your chest directly underneath your breast. This should be at the bottom of your bra. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Neck. Measure loosely around the base of your neck. Don't pull the tape tight. It should be loose enough for the shirt collar to feel comfortable. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Outside leg. Wearing the kind of shoes you'll be wearing with the trousers, measure from the top of your trouser waistband down to where you wish the trousers to finish. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Shoulder length. Measure from where the shoulder meets the neck down to the end of the shoulder bone. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Shoulder width. Measure from the end of one shoulder bone across the top of the spine to the end of the other shoulder bone. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Shoulder width. Measure from the end of one shoulder bone across the top of the spine to the end of the other shoulder bone. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Skirt length. Measure from the top of the trouser waistband, which is also the top of your skirt, straight down to where you wish the skirt to finish. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Sleeve length. With your arm hanging naturally, measure from the end of your shoulder bone to the elbow, and then to the hand where you wish the sleeve to finish. At the longest, this will be level with the thumb knuckle. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Thigh and crotch front. Measure horizontally around the leg at the highest point under the crotch. This is the thigh measurement. Then, using a ruler as a guide, measure from the thigh measurement up to the top of the trouser waistband. This is the crotch front. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Trouser waist. Measure horizontally around your waist, just inside the top of your trousers, making sure the tape does not ride over the trousers themselves. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Upper arm. Measure all the way around the arm at the highest point underneath the armpit. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Upper bust. Measure around your body, going under the armpits and above the bust. Be relaxed when measuring. Do not push your chest out, just stand up straight and relax with your arms relaxed by your side. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Waist. Measure horizontally around your natural waist, which is just under the rib cage. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. From the corner of the shoulder and neck, measure straight down the back to the natural waist. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Waist height front. From the corner of the shoulder and neck, measure down your front over the bust to the natural waist. A Tailor to Cities Women's Suit Measuring Guide. Arm hole. This is the hole that your arm enters as you put a blouse on. So measure the size of your shoulder all the way around, from top to bottom and back again. Your arm should be relaxed as you take the measurement.